Tommy, what are these night games, like the next two on the road? What kind of impact does that have on you as far as the next week, as far as having to get back late and practice on Sunday?
Yeah, it slows your preparation down for the next week. And we try to wake them up on Sundays in practice. We do contact, and we do a lot of things, but not just the players, coaches. It's, we get back 3 or 4 in the morning, and then you have to get up and grade the film, and you have a 16-hour day on Sunday. It just it's a grind. Florida wasn't that bad because that was our first trip. Now that we've had that one, and it took us a few days to get over that one. Now we're turning around and going to do 2 more back to back. And I think our players like the night games. It's just the travel, getting back in bed and knowing that you're only going to get 4 or 5 hours sleep. As coaches, we have to understand that, and we can handle it because we're not out there running around. We've got to make sure that they get physically back ready to go by the time we get to Tuesday's practice. And we limit a lot of things that we do for Sunday and Monday to make sure that they have that opportunity to get their legs back, come back down, and get ready for another opponent.
How good is Darren McFadden?
He's about as good as I've seen in many years of coaching. He's very elusive. He's physical. The guy can run. I mean, he can outrun anybody that we've got on our team. I would say most teams in this country. He has that much ability, and they're putting him at quarterback. They're putting him in certain positions where he can get the ball in his hands many times. And then Felix Jones is right there with him. They've got 2 as good as you'll see. So we were prepared to play last year, and there was a couple times we never even got our hand on him. I mean, that's how good he is, because we were pretty good defensively last year. And so we've changed some things up, and we'll have a different type of plan, and hopefully it'll make a difference. But again, he doesn't need much. All he needs is a little daylight, and you'll be chasing from behind as we did last year a couple times.
You mentioned last week that Brad Lester would have to earn his starting job back. Has he done that? And has he kind of helped push Ben Tate, because he played Saturday as a group?
Yeah, I think all of them are going to feed off each other. You'll have to visit with Eddie, about who will start, because he works with them every day. And the big thing about running back is, number one, your game plan. Which fits the game plan better. If you look at all 3 of those guys, they're different types. Brad's a quicker guy that can make things happen. Ben Tate is more of an inside runner that can run, very good pass protectors, and Mario is a little bit of a mix of both of them. And that's going to give us a good opportunity to make this team better, knowing that we can set things around each one of them. And with 6 games left, you'll see Eddie Grant and Al Ward just make sure that all these guys are put in situations where their best foot will be put forward, so to speak. That we're not going to do something that's going to be best for Brad Lester that we're going to do for Ben Tate. There's no reason to do that. So we've got the luxury of taking a guy out of the bullpen and putting him in the game, and it really doesn't make any difference who starts. They're all going to get their turns and their bats. I like the situation. I just wish we had this entire year. I think we'd have been in a different situation altogether.
Anything else?
Coach, you talk about Powers, he's got a real big guy. I think he's got the hard hat at least twice already. Just a little guy like that really can be physical when he wants to.
Gerard Powers?
Yeah.
He is a guy that really understands football. You can take a big guy that's fast, can run, can do everything, but if he doesn't have common sense in terms of how to play the game, how to play cornerback like he does, then he'd beat him every time. He understands angles, he understands press coverage, playing off. He can look at the film and tell what they're trying to get out of a play. He's just a smart football player, and that makes his 5'8" or 5'9" stature play 6'1", 6'2", and he's always around the ball. And, he's physical for his size, but he uses his size to his advantage, and he never gets rattled. He's one of those guys that goes in the game, and in the Florida game, for instance, he put himself in a situation where he knew he was always going to have the benefit of the angle on maybe a faster receiver. And he made a lot of one-on-one tackles. he just uses his intelligence to the point where, man, it makes him a heck of a football player.
With all the engagement on defense, McFadden's known for kind of breaking off the big plays, 29 yards, 30 yards. With the guys being so young coming in this week, is that something that's a point of concern, or are they?
Oh, big concern. I'd be concerned if we had 11 guys starting as seniors that played 5 years that playing against this guy. Because both of them can break the game open. Not just McFadden now. Both of them can break it open. They can make a 2-yard run into a 70-yard run. If you go back and look at several games that they played in, one of the reasons that they had struggles at the end with they'd run so much the first half or first 3 quarters, they cramped up. They give out. Now they use them. They use them a lot. And but they're very fortunate they got 2 of them, and they help each other out. And just early in the season, they had a tough time in terms of injuries or cramps or those type of things. When you got the ball in your hand as much as they do, then you've got to be in excellent physical shape. But we're very concerned, as everybody will be playing both of these guys this year.
Do you change the way you practice to prepare for 2 backs like that, or?
No. We go against ourselves a lot. You look at Mario Fannin and Ben and Brad. You don't have one as big as Fannin as fast, but we go. Our first team offense goes against our first team defense every day in practice, so it gives us a little heads up on what can happen, the speed of the game. But you really never know until you get into the game with a guy like McFadden or Jones, to how explosive they are. Just inside and outside. They're just not outside runners now. They'll both run inside and run over you and then run past you. That's how good these guys are.
Tommy, back in the old days, every time you played Arkansas, it was a big deal. You think those days are kind of over?
Yeah, other than the fact I haven't come up with a lot of tickets. I don't have a lot of carryover. I have to come up with a lot of tickets and get a lot of phone calls. My wife and my mother take all that pressure off of me during the week because I just forward all that to them and let them handle all of that. But there's still have a lot of family in Arkansas and a lot of people that from Arkansas to come over here and watch us all the time. But obviously, when you go there once every 2 years, they all take advantage of the opportunity. So they think I grow tickets over here, but they don't understand that I want to get a handful, but I try to come up with them.
Anything else?